Hi, all you lovely people. We're here. We're back. It's time to get started. Another episode of Change Stars, Records of Miqto. I sound way too upbeat for what happened last session. It's fine. We definitely didn't run into... What do we have? 2 minutes? We're past Space Nazis. We ran into Space Nazis, and that's kind of wild. I don't know if saying Space Nazis will get me demonetized this early, but you know what? It's fine. Yeah, that's what happened. I'm excited. I'm going to bring in everybody so we can get going because I'm hungry and I'm tired, so I want to play this game. All that was taken care of too, but I'm excited for the game. Let's go.
Point them in the right direction and say, "Go, my child, you can never die."
Point them in the right direction. That's what I came into. I don't know what was
You came in at the perfect moment to point them in the right direction and go, my child, you can never die.
So you glassed a planet.
Yeah!
It's what I'm going to call this session.
Listen, it works. It just needs to be the PSA video of dog walking in and sitting reverse backed on the chair. So you gassed a planet. Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Perfect. Boom. Did it. Hi, I'm Rendis. I will be playing Dr. Rendis LaRusio, the group's diplomat. Popcorn Dougler.
Hi everybody, I am Dougler93. I will be playing Bayer Thule, the Thren pilot for the party. Popcorn, over to John.
Hi, I'm John, also known as Captain Carrion. I will be playing the party marine, Douglas Dog Crowley.
Popcorn
and
Shay.
Popcorn to Shay.
Hello. Okay.
Yep, I'm good.
Okay.
Hello everyone, I'm Shay, or Shay the Fae here on Twitch and Party White Games, and I will be playing all the NPCs, everybody else. I am your Dungeon Mistress, your Dream Weaver, your Storyteller, whatever you want to call me, as I put my players through this homebrew game of Change Stars. And in this setting, a science crew has arrived to a stellar system in which there was a planet with in that perfect range for most well-known life forms in this current setting. That being humans, Thren, that's capable of sustaining life and all that good stuff. They discovered that it did indeed hold life already, and not just life, but sapient life, albeit very primitive. They had made contact with this very tribal warlike society, and promptly got permission to crater a creature that could potentially cause a lot of problems, considering that it is a parasite who uses its host's intelligence to propagate. By spreading, by hijacking its nervous system and brain to be able to move to another location and seeds, as it were, or spores, or whatever. However, you haven't really taken the time to study, so you don't know. That being said, what does everybody remember from our previous sessions?
So, apparently I remember a hiccup.
Well, for one thing, we did manage to convince the princes that weapons of mass destruction are concerning. It took more effort than is necessarily very comfortable, but we did manage.
Yeah.
You showed a society that is currently at war a really powerful weapon.
Yeah. Admittedly, we did it to deal with a thing that is literally a threat to everything that ever exists anywhere forever.
Including
But
them, so they should be grateful.
yeah, we,
Dr. Lucio also tricked the princess to think that she fired it.
Yeah.
and- yeah.
Yeah, as long as she feels accomplished, right?
Our postscript had both that the space Nazis are just like comically evil, and the other postscript had that we didn't manage to get all of the thing, but our characters don't know that yet. I imagine we'll figure it out when problems occur.
And then problems occur.
I
I
mean,
mean, there's a crater. How can we miss from a crater?
How can you miss when you have not only gone down to bedrock, but turned a fair portion of the bedrock into vapor?
well, here's the thing. You know this thing uses other creatures to travel farther away from its central host.
Which is why
Yep.
we need to get a. I mean, we were already planning on having patrols verify that none of the things had escaped the blast radius. So, and we'd even
We
been
still
started
need
on that
that
before we
fungicide.
shot it. We'd even started talking about
Oh
that
yeah,
before
I
we
do need
shot
to
it.
make
So.
the fungicide.
Oh yeah, that is important. Yep, targeted funga herbis
Funga herbis.
fungicide of Bang. Yep, because we don't need to Agent Orange the populace.
No, that would
Also, I just realized that from orbit, the continent that we have been on kind of looks like a goblin. Like if you look at the rightmost lower peninsula, kind of looks like it's head to peninsula with the, mouth and the nose and ear. And...
That's
Now I
it, yeah.
can't unsee that.
and it looks like he's down there. He's got a thumb pointing forward to that set of islands, and he has a billowing cloak. I'm excited about this for some reason.
Okay, that's a thing now.
I am distracted. Sorry, I'm highly distractible, as we all know. It's a lucky thing. That's one of the reasons I don't put anything shiny in my windows. To refocus. Yeah, most of last session was spent in the process of getting the locals to let us nuke the thing, and then nuking the thing. Well, not nuking, shooting a tungsten rod at it from orbit, which similar destructive potential, less radiation.
Oh, we also named the mission finally.
We sure did, didn't we?
Oh no, I don't remember what it was.
It was something ridiculous.
Gallowsum.
As I recall, Dog was still recalling it as Away Team Alpha.
Yeah. I thought we threw something with butts in it too.
Yeah, there are probably enough nicknames
There's
for
so
it
many
at this
versions
point.
of it in.
Like no one outside of the command staff actually knows what it's called anymore. We just people have come up with it's like every time someone needs to refer to it, they come up with a different name. Because ultimately it's
Did
something.
name our shuttle though, and I'm dying on that hill of Starlight 1 for our shuttle.
The shuttle name is awesome.
Yeah.
There's no complaints there. I like that one.
Not one complaint about that one.
Or rather, excuse me, then perish. There you go.
Okay.
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 Okay. So, I think before we continue further, I feel like the camera's going to open on uh, someone's face, a stranger's face. It doesn't matter because as the camera slowly backs up, and it's like we see like 12 hours ago, 24 hours ago, like in the little subtitle area, wherever. But we see this camera kind of slowly back up and reveals that that there are these tendrils of like appendages sprouting from the back of this human skull and from other various places in their body as well. And as the camera backs up further, we see that they are dipping down into a pool of water that they're standing knee deep in. We see the figure kind of occasionally twitch and shift a bit. But we get their perspective for a moment as it seems to be connected distantly. And we hear what it would perceive as a voice coming further away through the water. Spread, grow, space, intelligence, gather, bargain, live. And then it changes abruptly as there is a series of high-pitched, discordant shrieks, and the figure suddenly stumbles and falls, and they begin to stagger away as these shrieks continue. And the voice begins to call out, dying, burning, run, flee, live. As it repeats these words as quickly as it can before it becomes completely silent. This figure stumbles out of the water, falling down, and almost like they're not used to walking, or that they're disoriented, or something. But they claw their way towards a crashed escape pod, dragging themselves inside and hitting a button. And as the camera kind of backs up, we see this light blinking and flashing, and the scene changes briefly back onto the Kimitari, and we see Stella kind of sitting at one of the desks, stirring a drink, and she pauses for a moment, seeing something blink on the monitor, and leans forward and says, "Captain, distress signal just came back up. Now tell me, what are the rest of you doing?"
Working on pesticide, fungicide. Fun, Gus, Tide. But really, that's what I'm doing.
Do you have an idea for Fire and Dog, if Carrie's okay with that?
Yeah, I mean, that would work, because Dog is otherwise just on duty.
Because
it's probably the training idea you had?
Yeah.
Dog, that would be something Dog would definitely be down for.
Alright, so we'll open first with Dr. Rendis LaRuscio. Rendis, you're in your lab. You have these samples before you. A number of samples that you've collected during your time. A sample from the mutated humans. You have the sample from that weird parasite thing, as well as a number of other things you have taken, including some from the Miqtos as well. But you're in your lab, you have these samples before you, and you're trying to, you've been studying the parasite one in particular. Go ahead and give me a medicine.
Yep. Excuse me. Yes, and I'm going to apply red tape for xenobiology in this matter, where folks don't need to know what she's doing or how she's doing it. But she's going to circumvent all of the bureaucratic procedures like she normally does when she's left to her own devices. Science.
Science.
When the Trinity gets here, we're gonna
Have
be
we
such
lost
shit.
any edge?
Yes, you may clear your edge.
Okay, good to know because I had
Yay.
so much.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Hold on.
I said you may clear your edge.
Yeah, that didn't clear it. It's toggled off. It must have.
That's fine.
It must have been stuck from beforehand.
Yeah, we'll ignore that. Would you like to push?
I will push, because it's at least one success. So I'm gonna push. There we go.
All right. So 3 successes. What would you like to do with your twist? Do you want to do it quickly? Do it better? Make whatever you're making last longer? What would you like to do with those?
I want it to be better in the sense that it is a highly concentrated and targeted composition to the point that it is not harmful to when I say organic, I mean by comparison to this fungoid. It's not harmful to other organic things that come in contact with it, in the sense that members of the Trinity might have like a very bad rash from being exposed to it, whereas it just melts down the fungus to its base components, sludge, goop, that makes it inert and dead.
Okay. So, as you're kind of studying this thing, you learn that it is particularly lichen is like a subsect of fungus, isn't it?
Lichen is a specific thing that is both fungus and algae in a very tight symbiosis, where you cannot have one without the other of the species that make up a lichen.
It is something along the lines of it's strange. It's alien. It's
her whole jam.
Yeah. It is a very strange creature. It resembles a plant in some ways, a fungus in some ways, and an animal in some ways, but doesn't really fit the criteria for all of them. It requires a significant amount of water, which is probably why it's done so well in that kind of swampy area. And you also get the sense that it has while you're studying it, has a rudimentary type of nervous system, not the kind that animals have by any means, but it's what allows it to hijack the nervous system of more ambulatory creatures to spread itself, and 2, it can use unpurified water, specifically water that has a high concentration of various minerals in it, to communicate over a longer distance with its seeds or its other
Why don't we could call them spawn for
yes,
the
their
time
other
being.
spawn. Yeah, to communicate with its other spawn in a sort of hive mind. Normally, this just extends to directing it to spread itself to continue to grow like any organism does. However, with its recent collection of sapient life, it suddenly had an enlightenment and was probably able to give more complicated commands than it normally would. You are able to create a concentrated essence of this thing that can mask, that produces something that can mask the individual who utilizes it. Now, is this like a kind of spray-on thing, something that they have to carry with them? How do you develop it?
I think some handy aerosols.
Okay.
The other thing that you could do with this, just because it's got its very unique nervous system, is some sort of targeted neurotoxin.
Oh yeah, that's true. I like that idea too. Let's do that.
You want to turn into a neurotoxin instead of something that masks you?
Yeah, no, this was designed to kill it.
Okay.
It needs to die.
All right. So, okay. So
Masking us doesn't really help. We need to fix the problem.
Yeah, because you can't mask everything on the planet, and sooner or later it'll manage to get you just by bumping into you.
All right. So you develop this agent that can kill this thing should it encounter it. As you're working, you will likely need to propagate a little bit of it in little petri dishes, probably very controlled, so that you can harvest them and turn it into this killing agent for it. But as you're working, you notice on the other side of a door, one of your obstreperous children is kind of like hanging by the window, just kind of crawling over it.
She's gonna walk over to it and just kind of give her little baby some scratches. What you see, sweetie?
It flutters about. Question: What other specimens did you take? Did you take any specimens of the little amoeboids?
She took, I think, 2 or 3 different ones. She had the plants. I think she had some of the spiny dangers and the gas sprayer. I'm a scientist. These are the scientific names for them.
Okay. Let me write this down.
But yeah, she had those. She had samples of those too, because they were the most interesting things we stumbled across so far. Wow.
Let's see
So
which.
far.
Yeah, so far. Which ones were they? The
Spiny danger and the ones that shot the dust.
Man, Tony, can I just not see them? It's fine. Like the one that shoot the needles,
Mm-hmm.
and
There was
Which
the
one?
gas bubble things.
No, there was a plant that did the gas too.
There was?
Because we
I
went through
can't.
we went through a field that had both of them.
Oh, right, the ones with the little tentacle-y thingies. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the ones that were not especially concerning because we have sealed suits.
Yeah, exactly.
And that you got pollinated by.
All right, so what are you calling it now?
I don't even remember.
I think we gave it a name.
We did.
You
it
called
was
it
like
Gerald
Bill
H.
or
Fred
something.
Blossom. You called it Gerald H. Fred.
Yeah.
Gerald H. Fred.
Gerald H.
Well,
Fred.
jeez.
Is that what you want to name it?
No, of course not.
Okay. What do you want to call it?
Call it Fred H.
Let me change.
Perfect.
All right, that made such a difference.
It did, first of all. The spiny dangers are Gerald H. Freds.
Oh, nobody will get confused by this.
Yeah, that's how we tell them apart.
And this is why to give things a proper name, there's an entire board that reviews it.
So there's going to be so many interns that are just going to the med bay.
Fuck them.
Just oh, poor interns.
It's their job.
Yeah, it's their job to suffer.
The dog's just sitting there going like, so is intern like being in boot camp?
Don't get the Gerald H. Fred mixed up with the Fred H. Gerald.
Come on, we have slaves for this. Don't call them that. Sorry, interns.
It's funny because it's true. The only internship I was ever offered was an unpaid one that I couldn't afford to take. Yeah.
It's not helpful if you can't afford to do the thing that's supposed to.
Yeah. And on the application, they said it was going to be paid.
Oh, then you definitely tell them to fuck off.
Yeah. That's scummy.
Yep.
Okay, so you're going through the you have your three obstetricians in the room, and I need to find their names now because you named them. Such a great name.
Yeah, I gotta go to the map for that. I know one was named after Burley.
Burler the Destroyer.
Yep. It was Jean-Claude and something else.
Sebastian. So so Sebastian is kind of like sitting on your shoulder and buzzes a little bit. You notice that Jean-Claude is kind of crawling around one of the vents, and Burglar the Destroyer is sitting on top of the. Check again. The Fred H. Gerald container, where its little tendrils are kind of like wiggling against the glass. The other one, the Gerald H. Fred, seems very inert, without the presence of any stimuli, just continuing to do its thing and grow like a plant.
I don't think I have anything else really. I needed time to work on that.
Okay. All right, then we will move on over to. Where is Bayer and Douglas?
I'm assuming we have like a training area on the ship somewhere.
Wherever the security drills, yeah. So, or something like that. So yeah, Dog is training Bayar in basic close quarters combat techniques. Drilling them in. Admittedly, this is not his specialization, but he's
Go ahead.
okay.
Go ahead and give me a endurance.
Endurance. Okay.
Both of you.
And you.
God, I'm pushing that. Dog might be old, but he's not that old. Okay, maybe he is that old.
So you know what? I'll give it a push too. Yeah, I guess Bayer wants to learn to use her job staff
Zappy
better.
stick.
Okay, so it's a very light training. You probably know from experience that you kind of have to work your way up. So you're currently teaching Bayer some combat techniques, how to use the staff specifically, and it starts very slow. It's more technique than it is actual exercise. But you both would notice that the three Miqtons you have with you have joined you in this designated training area, and they are being much more aggressive with each other to the point where the one who is in control of their fight is usually drawing a little bit of blood, not enough to cause any actual harm, but you do notice that the princess herself is currently in conflict with her two companions.
I'm guessing they're a lot more impressive looking than Bayer at the moment.
They are very what's a good word for it?
Proficient?
Aggressive. But after a while, when they take a break, you notice that that her two companions, after having lost to her, do show deference. But she glances over in your direction, both of your direction, and approaches and says, "One is the greater warrior, right?"
Points the dog. That's one that's better.
He looks over, just hands behind his back. Ma'am.
Would you join me in a spar?
Alright. All right. Sorry, I had a. All right.
Is
Take
it is it traditional in your culture to offer wager?
Often, yes.
Would you offer a wager?
Mm. Trying to think of. Dog is trying.
You know you want to.
He does, but he's trying to think of something appropriate to wager.
I'm sure she can think of something.
I can. Oh. Okay. I could offer wager. Yes. Dog is not thinking that at the moment, but it's he's not he's scratching his chin thinking about what to wager because he's just like they don't eat our credits would be useless to them. I think we established they're not over fond of our beer. He has so few things worth wagering other than credits and beer.
Byron's gonna walk over to the princess's two companion, just kind of squat next to them with the staff across her knees, and just kind of like lean over, like, "You think they're gonna have sex?" Oh,
A wild run disappears.
I was just hoping the voices for you.
uh,
I'm not gonna lie, Byron would expect for this to appear whenever sex is mentioned.
Yeah, whenever the voices for an orgy. Listen, she may or may not have put pheromone readers all over the ship, so she knows.
So this dog he's just sitting there. The princess is gonna have to suggest a prize for the wager because dog is sitting there going like, "What do I have anything? Like I don't have anything useful, good for a small wager other than credits. And credits and beer. Everything else is
What would you
wagering.
offer me? Would you offer me a weapon? Yourself? Maybe supplies? Yourself?
uh,
Here, I was going to comment that she was still trying to get guns off of us.
it's like weapons. No, you see, in this case, she's probably seen that we have weapons that aren't guns. Because admittedly, he'd have been using a training version of it because his actual primary melee weapon is a Labrys. But weapons is like. Well, I'm not at liberty to offer weapons and supplies. I believe we were already starting talks about helping to supply your people. So,
Sounds like you only have one thing to give.
oh boy, did
Byron
Doctor
has their hand on their forehead, and they're like, "He's spending a night with them." Byron's telling, "He's spending a night with them."
Oh, and then it finally registers. Dog is like, oh, okay, that's what you mean. And there's the look of, is this guy oblivious? It's like, look, I've been out of the game for 15 years.
I mean, you probably get
Dog
the
is-
sense that wagering some time with their males is probably fairly common.
Okay, Dog would appropriately wager, as our party is definitely pushing for. He'd be down for wagering something like that.
Okay.
or something to match her, or something to match her wager, depending upon appropriate circumstances. I think that she's also likely to beat him in melee combat because that's very much not his specialty.
So, she says, "What would be an appropriate wager for your people?" And she says, "I have some of my own weapons, but I take it you have better ones. Thralls, maybe?"
They're called interns.
Just looks over at you. That is some.
Standing there with a cup of coffee.
We don't, Dog sitting there is like, what could... John is... So Dog would probably have some response. John is having a blank. God. I'm sorry. It's the guy behind the screen's experience of the galaxy does not match the guy in front of the screen.
Hey, if chat has any ideas, type them now.
Hey, Chad, do you have any ideas? Type them
Yes, chat. Hold on. Let me make sure that I'm actually watching the chat so that I get ideas.
now.
No,
We
I just
have some ideas. For
chat,
ideas.
please. Help! John is celibate and doesn't have anything to do with this. His characters are not. Okay.
Help.
Oh.
I'll point you at someone. You don't point, people don't join.
Doc looks so, but there is the dog looks over at Ritz. We are not wagering the interns. They're not. They're not thralls. They're also paid.
They're not people like us. Come now. No, I'm kidding. We don't. We won't give up the interns.
As you say that, there's an intern being escorted on a gurney with some needles sticking out of their face.
Dog looks over. It's like, why are the were appropriate safety procedures not followed, or was something stupid done?
I'd like to know why they're wheeled out of the medical center, through here, then back to the medical center.
Did somebody plan? One moment, Princess. Dr. LaRuccio.
They were told to take some samples down to storage.
What? Oh
They
my.
thought those were the safety samples.
With a safeties. Why are there dangerous plants all over the ship now? Apparently, looking at...
All over the ships, just contain samples.
Okay. Why do I have interns with spikes in their face, then? Or why do you have interns with spikes in their... What is going on?
I was testing the fungicide.
Oh no. And the labels are so similar.
Yes. You need to follow directions. We're
Like-
going to need another Timmy.
Doc just said,
You'll be fine. You have access to modern medicine.
Yeah. And the intern will have a wonderful story for when they get to go back and tell it. It's like, how have you handled adversity in the workplace? I have been shot at by my work. Oh,
Samples attacked me.
the plants, they're dangerous. I have dealt with hostile environment workplace. What do you mean you're adept at dealing with a hostile work environment? I'm adept at dealing with it when the work environment starts shooting at me.
No, they're adept at a hostile environment in the workplace. A hostile work environment.
They've dealt with both. They've dealt with both. They've dealt with both. The work environment, namely this. God. John is having a moment. Sorry, I'm apparently about as unfocused as I come today. I have no idea. I do know why. Hold on, I will be back in a second. Hopefully chat comes up with an idea to save my ass before that.
Hurry, chat. Alright. Well, in the meantime, there's a moment before the sound of someone else approaching catches your attention. You all would see the Captain Quest returning or coming down to pay you all a visit. But she pauses and she looks at the rest of you and says, "I trust our guests are finding themselves comfortable."
Alright, I'm back now.
Welcome back.
I realized why I couldn't think clearly. I forgot to take my meds this morning.
Here.
That would make it harder, yes.
Yeah, I've taken them now. Uh-oh, need another... Oh, God. Would you believe that's what I was thinking, Rin?
I've never seen the show. I know if I've ever seen it.
Uh-oh, need another Timmy. It was one of my father... My father, like, got the show specifically because the uh-oh, need another Timmy.
Not the mama, not the mama, not the mama.
Well, the captain kind of like turns and like leans over a railing, probably where Rendis is situated, and it looks like she just stands and observes the interaction between Dog and Tasha, while Fire sits on, kind of like steps aside. But she says, you have no need of thralls, perhaps a trophy.
Sure. This is... God. Oh God, Dog is on the front lines of diplomatic negotiations. This is not his wheelhouse. Some manner of trophy? Sure. People do trophies all the time for all manner of recreational contests.
All right. No weapons then.
Alrighty.
She hands off her equipment to her companions, and it takes place at one side of this training area and waits for you.
Dog would he'd appropriately hand off the training, his own training equipment.
Yeah, Bauer, take it from and hold it.
Yep.
Good luck, you got this.
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll me a melee resilience.
Melee resilience. With, yep, there we go. Melee resilience.
Would you like to put?
Man, she is going to kick Dog's ass. She's about to find out exactly that, it's like, okay, to give you an idea, that is the dice pool Dog has in ranged combat.
Yeah, her range isn't nearly as high as her melee.
Yeah, she hasn't been in melee as much as range.
She's gonna put.
Well, Dog will have to push as well.
Okay.
And veterancy comes through. She may be really good, but he's been doing this a long damn time. Yeah.
Okay. So, I feel like for this, the moment you two start to fight, she is definitely very enthusiastic, and her sails turn a bright red as she leaps towards you. And for a while, it looks like she is currently the one dominating the match. But partway through, she starts to get cocky, and she seems to be enjoying herself a little bit too much. There's moments where she does trying to think of the right word. She does scratch a little bit there, just from her claws and grabbing at you and trying to flip you over. But after a while, you're able to start maneuvering yourself. And how does it look as the tide changes?
It's one of those where, oh my god, my friend, a friend's remark just came back to me. She does scratch you. The remark made. Ooh, kinky. Anyhow, God, it's one where the tide changes. He takes advantage of one of those openings. He's a very careful, defensive fighter up close. And it's a precision thing where he comes in, and it's using the fact that he's just physically larger, uses his weight to actually just bear her down.
All right, so in this little sparring match, you're able to wait for that right moment before you're able to catch her, catch one of her arms and use her own aggressive momentum against her as she goes down a little bit. So you're able to pin her down, and there is a moment where she struggles for a moment before she realizes she's not able to escape, and her sails gradually turn to a softer blue color, but you can hear her kind of growling a little bit with her upon her realizing that she lost. but once you let her up, she stands.
Oh
And
God,
her sails do flash red briefly again, but there's a moment before she composes herself, and then gives a silent gesture as the colors flicker, and one of her companions turns and brings something forward, which she collects and turns to you and says, "On my honor," and extends her hand, and you see that she's holding out what appears to be a set of teeth of some kind.
Dog, he just goes in his hand, examining them.
It looks like they came from a carnivorous type of creature that is likely a size category larger than you or her.
Large predator, these come.
One of my earliest skills.
Oh, it's an honor to bear this, then.
And bear it with pride. I understand now if I am ever going to be like my sisters were, then I have to learn more. My fight with you has already taught me a lot about how your kind competes. And now we fuck. No, she doesn't say that. She lost.
Okay.
She does look disappointed in that fact, though.
In that she doesn't say that now we fuck, or that
Yes.
oh, sorry. It's like, I must say this is especially an honor for believing Oh boy. Alright, John is going to make an attempt at flirting as in this character as it's in an indelicate attempt. It's like a high honor indeed for being the first man who's ever managed to get you on your back, I believe.
Her companions
Smile and an
both
eyebrow
laugh
wiggle.
at that, and she kind of tilts her head and is like, you know what? Go ahead and give me a communicate empathy.
His strong suit. This is not. Wish me luck, chat.
Does he get any bonuses because he won?
Okay, she seems very amused by that.
I feel like I should push for the sake of this party's dynamic. Okay, it's
Okay.
staying where it was.
All right, she still seems kind of amused by that, but she seems to understand that your culture is quite a bit different from hers. But she laughs at that, and then glancing upward, notices Rindis and says, "Your male is a fine specimen."
I mean, yes, he certainly is, but not my male. No offense, dog.
I'm just having the laugh. It's just, I realized that these three have been on the ship, seeing probably more men than they've ever seen before in a single place, given that about half of our ship's crew are male. Although some of the males are probably ones that like, oh wow, that is confusing, because they've probably never seen some of the Lake and Burai before.
Yeah. But Rin just kind of laughs at that, though. She's just like, he is impressive. Just not my male.
The captain who has oversaw this says, "A fine display. Might I speak to the three of you briefly?"
Of course.
And after she takes you all aside, she says, "Something came up on our sensors again. When you had shot down the shuttle that had attacked you, or the vessel that had attacked you, we made sure to attempt to comb a number of the escape pods. As you're well aware, we did not catch all of them. And one had gone offline. We had presumed it was too damaged, and we did not manage to locate it. We assumed that the person on board had perished, but in the effort of being safe, would you all be able to investigate the area?
So you ended up finding it now?
The signal came back online.
Wow, so signs that there is definitely a silver arm. Or at least somebody was capable of turning it on.
Yes, that's my concern. I just don't know why it disappeared when it did.
Either way, best that we go get it investigated. Might just be somebody who walked into it and fiddled around with this new thing that fell from the sky. Or it could be an Imperial survivor, in which case we need to go pick them up.
I doubt the locals really know what to do with the technology, but it could just be them stumbling across it as well.
I mean, to be fair, as last I checked, turning on the emergency transponders was throw switch, so it might be something simple enough that even someone with no knowledge of our technology could operate it.
Yes, they are meant to be simple enough in an emergency situation.
Yes. Well, whenever you all are prepared to leave, just let me know.
Of
Yes,
course,
I'll
Captain.
have a shuttle prepped for you.
We'll have to arrange for transport for the princess and her entourage as well. Would say our business.
Will you be returning to their capital?
I think that we'll have to arrange. Eventually, it's likely that we will, but we ourselves have to go and deal with this promptly before anyone relevant up and disappears on us.
Very well. I'll make the arrangements then. You'll have your
thanks, Captain.
mission. Make sure that you're ready within 12 hours.
Be
Aye,
ready as
Captain.
soon as I'm suited up.
She'll go put her toys away.
Yep. And it's literally
He's gonna change from gym clothes to work clothes.
Who needed time to rest, right? Next question.
Yes. Oh, dog already. Dog already has duty. Yeah.
Combat
next
specialist already at 3
I
edge.
forgot. Sirius was with you as well, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like her.
Yeah, I'm very fond of her.
I'm gonna say she probably spends a lot more time around all your stuff, probably asking what everything does and going from place to place. Like, what's this do? Can I touch this?
Oh dear God, have we found a future student?
Yes, no, yes, definitely don't. Yes, yes. Only with supervision. She is humoring all of the curiosity because, yes, of course.
she picks up a number of instruments and is asking how they're used and what their purpose is. And she seems a lot more interested in knowledge than warfare.
Perfect.
I believe we found the Da Vinci of Miqto.
Ooh, I like that. That rolls off the tongue very well.
It does, doesn't it?
What is a Da
She's-
Vinci?
Thank you.
It's a type of human bread.
I am bread?
No, Da Vinci, important historical figure. Studied almost everything that he could, and was also a notable artist. But
I am a
most famous.
notable artist. She holds up a piece of paper that she figured out how to draw with pens. And drew a picture of Rendis. It's not Da Vinci level, but
That's fine.
She has time. She's still quite young, as I recall.
Yeah.
Her people have also been in a state of war for a good chunk of her life, so... Actually, then again, so were Da Vinci's, but that was Italian war, which isn't really the real thing by comparison.
The Gentleman's Wars.
Yeah, the wars, they're basically a money fight. You have a bunch of mercenaries going out and flexing at each other, while the people who are actually in this, people just sit in the cities and throw money at them.
Who knows? Tomorrow there might be young right stand next to you. So why stab Todd?
Also, it's dying is not good business.
It's not good.
Like, just make it look good, okay?
Just a bit of... I'm just gonna put a link to the. There we go.
all right. So after some time passes, the two vessels are prepared. One to bring the Miqtians back to their capital quicker, and the other for the rest of you to be dispatched. I would like to take a 10-minute break right here, if you all don't mind.
Sure.
That
All
would
right.
be good for me.
Yes, break.
All right, 10-minute break, and we will meet right back here.
Alrighty.
See y'all soon.
See you soon.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh, yeah. I have my bag of frozen cantaloupe so that I can trickle in sugar and water.
Never been a fan of frozen cantaloupe. I like honeydew though. Honeydew's good.
I love honeydew.
Baby go over. I am going to make hot chocolate with fudge after the show.
I am out of hot chocolate, unfortunately, and I don't have the money to buy any more until tomorrow.
My payday's Friday.
Actually, no, not out of hot chocolate. I still have some abuelitas somewhere. I'll be back in a sec. I need to check to see if it can be made with water, because I'm out of milk too. Nope, it's supposed to only be made in milk. Oh well.
Only made in milk.
The abuelita's hot chocolate. It's some higher end stuff. I've had it for a long time because it's a bit time consuming to make. Yeah, I can't just pop some hot water in a microwave and dump a packet in.
You don't have an electric kettle? Or stovetop?
No, this is one that you make, like, it takes about half an hour to make.
No, I'm talking about the toss water in the microwave to heat up.
Oh, in this case, it's one where you put milk on the stovetop to make abuelitas.
No, I get that. But using the microwave to heat water, as a Canadian, that hurts me.
Well, I also have kettle. But
That would hurt me much less, because that'd be the simple way to do it.
yeah, I usually use the electric kettle to heat water most of the time, but I feel like now I'm going to have... I'm not going to, because the electric kettle is actually faster than the microwave. But the water ends up hot just the same way in the microwave.
But it's wrong. It's just wrong.
If it works, is it wrong?
Yes!
So now what makes it wrong?
You don't spoil water in the microwave. That's what makes it wrong.
I see. And why don't you boil water in the microwave?
Because it doesn't belong in there.
Sure, you can do that. It's what a microwave is for.
I am taxing Dougler's Canadian sensibilities.
I know, like you know you can do that, right? It does work.
Yeah, but it's also dangerous too, because
No, it's not.
Only if you're using purified water in something that has a lack of nucleation sites in a microwave that doesn't vibrate at all.
Yeah. So like most normal microwaves.
Well,
Um,
conveniently, my microwave shakes like a freaking leaf, like
I
most
also-
microwaves.
I also usually keep like a small mason jar tucked in the corner because it will keep your food from burning because
Mhm.
it's drawing the moisture from that jar of water instead of your food. So, you know, yeah, actually it does work and it's pretty handy. I've never had stale pizza come out of the microwave since I started doing that.
just boiling water in the microwave for hot chocolate is bastardization.
I mean, I don't like using water for hot chocolate anyways. Stuff tastes.
Yeah, I'm just out of milk.
That's fine.
Yeah, I would prefer milk. You get a very different flavor palette with milk.
Hmm. But I am out of milk, unfortunately, which sucks.
Dang.
And I don't get. Currently, I have exactly $2.76 to my name,
Oh no,
and I don't get paid until tomorrow.
Milk is expensive.
milk's
Yeah.
expensive.
Because after tax, it costs a little over $3 where I'm at for the milk I can drink, because I'm lactose intolerant.
So is Shay.
Uh,
I've reserved my life to drinking lactate.
I drink the generic of lactate.
She has to have the protein enriched because she's skinny. String bean. Needs her
So the protein enriched whole milk lactate,
Yeah, she needs it.
and I'm sitting here usually with the skim.
Skim
and I have my 2%.
Yeah, I prefer 2% honestly, but that's more of just growing up with the shit.
I grew up with 2%, and it turns out that the reason that for a long time I didn't like milk was not that I don't like milk, it's that milk fat upsets my stomach.
Yeah, that would do it.
So, yeah.
Well, just don't die. We've come up with technology on the ability to milk soybeans and almonds.
Yeah, but I can also just have lactate skim milk.
Yeah. But I mean, science, it's gone too far. We've made almonds grow nipples.
You see, I'd say Dr. LaRouche would say that that's not far enough yet.
It's not. And thank you for keeping the bit going, because if there were other people in this game, they would have been like, almonds don't have nipples, and it would have really just ruin all of the fun.
You see, my autism brain wanted to do that, but also the bit was too funny to ruin.
Thank you.
My brain is like, I call it nut juice.
Yeah, you do. Anyways.
And of course, my autism brain immediately went, well, it's more like nut-infused water, because it's not actually juice. No, I had to stop it. You don't get it just by you don't actually get almond milk by squeezing it out of the almonds. You actually wind up grinding the almonds really fine
Are
and
you
soaking them
telling
in
me
water.
an almond milked this nut?
Look, if Dr.
Yes.
LaRouche was allowed to genetically engineer the almonds to the point of her satisfaction, they would milk nuts.
They would milk nuts, yeah. Why is this almond milk so creamy? They were fucking what? Nothing. future.
Here we are. Alright, so. Huh. Where are my sheets? My sheets! Oh, here we go. Alright. So, we zoom back in to, this little setting. Welcome back, everybody. As we return to this game of Records of Miqto, you all are able to get on your vessel and depart. We see two shuttles separate from the Kimitara, and as we get a shot of yours kind of descending into the atmosphere, there is a location not quite kind of on part of the mountainous range where there is some elevation on the cliffside that kind of borders the forest. You're able to figure out that this is probably a good several kilometers away from where you had cratered that creature. And as you are homing in on the location of the emergency beacon, you pick up another signal. I would like a systems check from someone.
Liar's probably flying the shuttle, so it makes sense that they do it.
Alright, go ahead and give me a system.
Oh no, you killed us all.
Can I also use the +1 from my electronic analyzer?
Yes.
Yay. 2.
Alright. What would you like to spend the extra twist on? Would you like to figure out what this is quicker? Would you like to
Yes.
to figure it out without being detected?
That one sounds good. Figure it out without being detected.
Okay. So, you pick up the signal, and you're still far enough away that your vessel can't be seen. And as you're going through it, you're able to figure out that it is a signal from from one that is how do I put it? A vessel that's no longer in service, which tells you it's likely probably a pirate vessel that has been commandeered some time ago.
Okay.
But it's located in the area that the distress signal is.
And it's showing a sign of turning on? Like, and it's showing a sign of turning on, or just able to spot it? The sensors.
Sorry, not quite.
Did we
understand.
just see it on sensors, or is it visible?
Oh, it's not visible yet.
So, but I was gonna say, looks like there's also guessing pirate shuttle as well. should probably check that out too.
Yeah. Pirate or possibly Imperial Remnant. They'd be using the same ways of hiding as anyone else.
Yeah.
True. We should probably send warning about the soul thief to the pirates too, just to be safe.
Yeah. You may have
Don't
dealt
want
with
them
the main
wandering into
one,
it.
but given how far it was able to spread, alert them of any of the hazards in the area. Sealed suits only.
So what's the plan?
Sealed suits go down and take the
All right.
Mhm.
Are you settling? Are you bringing your ship right up, or are you setting down somewhere further away?
I mean, probably best to bring her ship right up, kind of stuff.
Right up. Okay.
Because think about it. I don't think that anything that I can't think of anything this was John's opinion. John can't think of anything that would be able to outrun the shuttle that would be on the ground. So
True, and also doubt they escape pod as weapons.
yeah. Not much reason to be isolated.
Okay.
I want to be more careful with the pirate ship, though. Well, potential pirate ship. Yeah, so Fire's gonna try to land us near it.
Alrighty then. So as you bring your vessel in, as you bring the shuttle in, you as you get closer and the location becomes visible, you see that there is indeed a shuttle that was probably once Trinity, but has very obviously been painted over with the pirates' colors. And you see a few individuals down examining this escape pod that has crashed in this location. You are currently in your vessel.
We should probably hail them not to cause issue.
Yeah. We're still maintaining friendly relations with them, so best that we let them know we're coming. And that we let them know it's us. And roughly what we've come. Standard procedure. Right? Yeso person in the controls.
Dang it. I was going to show the video off to the doctor.
Oh, okay.
They want to me? What?
They call the radio controls over to Dr. Prentice. You're our talker.
Attention, space pirates. We will start firing. No, I'm kidding.
Like, nope, no.
Yeah, see, he has the radio back. No, I'm kidding. She's not gonna.
We're all in an ornery mood today.
Very feisty. This is what happens when I'm low energy. I just feel like causing chaos. Attention down there. We will be landing shortly. Please do not fire on us.
A moment passes before you hear, maybe? Who's this?
They don't seem to know who we are.
This is
Trinity
away
ship.
team. Yes, away team Alpha from Trinity ship rattles off the appropriate numbers, investigating the trigger of the the trigger of the distress beacon of this pod.
You don't have to worry yourselves. We got it under control.
Alright, you trigger it.
Sorry?
They asked, did you trigger it?
Oh. There's a moment of silence before they say, no, but we got it handled. It's been dealt with.
Who triggered it?
It's not really your business anymore.
So
It wasn't one of yours.
These aren't the usual folks we work with, are they?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, they are not.
Rishi and Thomas aren't with them.
Boss lady doesn't need to dirty her hands with everything. After all, she's running an entire colony.
Yes.
So those were hinted
Nonetheless,
the
we
boss
are going
lady,
to
not
have-
Rishi.
Nonetheless, we will have to investigate this situation. The pod will be yours as long as you follow appropriate decontamination procedures, yada 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 yada.
I'm afraid we've already commandeered the pod's valuables.
That's fine.
That's fine. Don't exactly care about those.
You can have what's left over if you really want.
Don't care much about that either. We're just on an investigation.
Well, you do you, but
Bias
try
gonna hope.
anything and trade or no, protect what we claimed as rightful salvage.
So they just don't know who we are, right? Is that what this problem is? They just don't know.
No, they know about the trade agreement.
So they're just
At this,
assholes.
we'll just we'll perform our investigation. Don't have much reason to care as long as there's nothing. Well, basically,
Well, as long as none of them is growing roots, it
Yeah.
should be
if
fine.
it turns out that it was an Imperial survivor, we'll probably be able to arrange the ability to interrogate them with their captain. If it turns out that it was some native that found it, whatever, as near as I can tell, the pirates have generally been leaving them alone. So we just perform our investigation, figure it out, make sure they know
Alright.
about the risks present in the area, etc., etc. Seeing as how it is, however, an escape pod from the ship that did try to kill us, and also shoot down one of their shuttles and their people. It is, in fact, both of our business.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no reason for us to not be getting along with them, unless proven otherwise. So just shut the shuttle down close in, perform appropriate investigate, and we'll perform our investigation.
Fire does so. Sorry.
All right. You all should have control of your token.
Okay. Need to move the...
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Got control over dog.
Yep. So, after the shuttle is set down low enough as it can, sorry, I didn't have a lot of space on this map. Just pretend those rocks aren't there. You see there are a number of people who have full protective gear on. You also see one as they notice your shuttle approach a bit, but he stops and just kind of stares. The two waiting outside of the shuttle turn to face you as well. Well, if it isn't Boss Lady's new trade partners.
Howdy.
So,
That's our word, right?
It is an Earth saying, yes.
So we're just wrapping up here. You all can finish up with whatever's left. We got everything we needed. And as he says that, you notice there is a group of others in similar get up carrying a sealed container out of the vessel.
Did you guys find anybody here with the distress signal?
Nah, just some good money-making opportunities. Can't beat free scavenge.
Can't argue with you there, but if you did, there's a chance they might have been infected with something on this planet.
Infected, huh?
Yeah. We'll need to run an array of questions and battery of scans. I recommend your people be patient with whatever they're moving so we can make sure that nobody is in danger.
Well, appreciate the warning. I'll make sure that we're all properly geared up before we crack anything open.
We'll have to run, of course, appropriate scans and such.
I would like everybody to get me an insight.
They've already opened it.
Yep.
Yep. Dog suffers a level 1 shock. Which I finally found the page those are described on.
Yay!
Page 67.
Okay. I think the shock is I'm gonna say, Fire and Dog. Both of you know this is probably one of the shadier individuals. But Rendis, you pick up immediately that this guy is not only lying but stalling.
Rendis is going to just give Dog the side eye, and very much just a he's something is up.
Mm-hmm. Especially given that they're all in sealed suits and have a containment unit. And we did send off warning to the pirates about what was down here when we got back to our own ship, didn't we?
We sure did.
And the little click goes off on the safety of this rifle. If you have what I think is in that containment unit, the infectious life form we found on that planet, you must surrender it immediately.
I mean, it's a tempting offer, but thing is, I already know a really good buyer.
And if you try to take it to that buyer, you are a dead man. Do I make that clear?
Look, you all can get back on your shuttle, head back to your Trinity, and we'll go.
What?
We'll make our own money. We won't even have
Two.
Oh, he's counting. You probably should listen.
3.
He turns around. It's like, all right, boys. Guess we're doing this.
And he drops a grenade. And Dog, as soon as he turns around, Dog drops a grenade on his guy. You know how he has the grenade launcher? Yeah, he's dropping a frag grenade right on right about there.
Okay. Well, they're not being caught by surprise either, so
Yeah.
let me put up the initiative.
They got their chance.
You
He
asked
counted.
nicely.
They were asked nicely. They know the risks of this. So
They're
that
told
means this
happen.
guy is willing to export what is essentially a weapon of mass destruction.
The amount of fucking around they've done has correlated to the amount of finding out they will soon have.
Yep. They have fucked around, they will find out, and they are about to realize that they are up against a guy who has done this before.
They're about to find out this guy caused that shuttle, escape pod to be there.
Yeah, there are certain people that you don't... They definitely didn't listen to the stories that got told about Dog. Watcher, where's my... fragmentation grenade? There we go.
All right. So, top of the turn order. You start counting down. By the time you get to 1, this gentleman had turned around and said, "All right, boys, look like we're doing this." And 2 of them have already leveled their own rifles. So they are going to both fire at Dog.
Yeah. He's also probably the one they're gonna have the roughest time dealing with. Also, he gets he does get, worth noting, a free dodge.
Oh wait, he doesn't have that. This is the wrong page. This is the right page. Alrighty. Fair enough. What kind of armor are you wearing?
He's wearing ballistic assault plate with the underlying Trinity spacesuit.
Alright, roll your armor for that one.
Oh yeah, and I forgot. I also need to roll Dog's Dodger, which is because he gets his first Yeah, he's gonna use his Dodger on that
Alright,
one.
what's that do?
That lets him, his first dodge is free. He doesn't have to have had actions yet or do anything like that.
The first one rolls a 1 to hit. Does your armor? Yeah, your armor protected you. So the first shot, the shot kind of nicks off. Your armor.
Good
Jesus.
God!
Wow.
All right.
I don't think that the other one even just I don't think the other one's even close.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one, the bullet nicks off of your armor. The second one, you Matrix style dodge the set of bullets that fire in your direction. And then,
Except for
because
mild.
they have 4 people moving this, they move 1, 2, 3, 4. They get that far. Rindis.
Hi, I'm here. I know how to do things in fighting.
Do you have your frickin' I know that we got a syringe gun all the way back in like session 1 or 2.
Yeah,
Do you
no,
have it?
she's got a trank rifle. She just doesn't fight. She doesn't like fighting. That's why she hasn't fought much at all. She's gonna shoot blue. Cow, because this is a dangerous situation.
Cow.
Hey, that did a thing.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
I did a thing.
Okay.
Wait. Oh my goodness. That is a lot of that's intense.
Oh, did I? Maybe I put. Hold on. There's a number that's not right in there. The mod says 20. Is that right? That's not right, is it?
I don't think so.
Why does it say 20?
odd should be the bonus you get from your weapon itself, I think.
Is this supposed to be 2?
Maybe it's supposed to be 2 and it just messed it up.
Either way, I would still be two successes.
There we go.
Yeah, it's still
it's
2
mod
successes.
20.
It's still 2 successes. I'll count the first one.
Okay.
And his armor doesn't protect him, so now he needs to make an endurance.
Endure.
And he gets drowsy. So he says, "All right, boys, look like we're doing this," and turns back around. There's just this thunk. Oh.
Right in his neck.
Yeah. He looks back and he goes like he pulls it out of his neck and looks at it and he goes, "Oh, that's really," and then falls over.
He asked you very nicely. And Rindis is gonna move to cover.
I just love that he asked you nicely, book, and then run to cover.
Yeah, she's not. She doesn't fight.
Buyer.
I don't have anything ranged.
Get in there and smack him.
Yep.
There's probably a dude with an easy bonking range.
Well, my movement is 6 in this.
Move, double move. Draw the fire so dog can continue to pepper.
Here's the thing: you could jump out of the safety of your mech suit, do
Oops.
your super fast Thren dash.
Have you considered opening yourself up to all of this fire by not being in your mech suit?
Oh, good. And they're still within. I'm sorry. I was just checking range. Don't worry. When Dog's turn comes around, basically they're still in easy range for him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and can I do like a maneuver to get double range, or
Not as a bonus action, unless you like your Thren dash. You can use your bonus action to do it.
but then I just have my stun stave, and I am not good with that yet.
Just probably best to stay in your big old mech.
Yeah, but as a primary action, I can double move.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Someone's at my door. Let me go check.
2,
Session's still going. I think it's probably your
3.
mother.
4, 5, 6. Nope. 6. I'm a smacky green. Next time.
I'm gonna get you.
To see if you use shock
John
staff
Crowley.
rotates.
You can tell I went through my mail. Okay, yep, sorry. Okay. So, Dog is going to drop a frag grenade. Actually, no. What he probably has loaded are it would be his shock grenades. So he's going to drop a shock grenade on the guys carrying the thingy, the container.
Okay, what do we do for that?
So I need to roll his, I need to roll his grenade launcher, and he is aiming. So that's modifier. Come on. And I wish I had more than 4 slots to drop things into. And so that's modifier of 5. Well, at least he gets it there. And then it goes off. It has... I'm just going to have to... So it has a 6-meter radius, so I'm pretty sure it gets all of them.
All right.
All 4 of those guys.
What's the damage on it?
Electricity 2/6, which I think means that since they're all pretty close to where he... Let me... Yeah, so they are all within, 3 meters? If he dropped it in the middle, they'd all be within 3 meters of the middle? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would mean, that's 6 damage on them, all, but 6 damage electric, sorry, I'm looking up weapon qualities. Electric... What in the world? Control F.
What am I rolling as their defense? Is it maneuver or is it
I
endurance?
think it's, so it would just be, so if they actually saved actions to dodge, then, okay, so electrical just means it would affect a synth. So it's subdual damage. So that would be... So it is, yeah, it's subdual. Basically, he dropped a stun grenade in the middle of them. They could roll their armor if they'd saved actions to dodge, which I don't know if they did. Then they could. This isn't something they'd be able to parry. Yeah, so it's...
So it's just armor?
Yeah, it would probably be just armor for them.
Okay.
And it would be against 6 damage total.
Yeah, they all take a total of 6 damage.
And it's subdual, so they now would need to then roll. Let me scroll back up. And they do this at a -2, I think. Let me double check that. Stun -2. It's also stun. So they now need to test endurance. Actually, were any of them reduced to would any of them be reduced to no health?
No.
Okay, so then they all need to test endurance, and on a failure, they lose their next main action.
That one's good. Hey. Okay. So, green loses their bonus action instead of their next action, but they both got endurance. They saved their endurance even though they took a shit ton of damage.
Okay.
Anything else?
That is it for Dog's turn.
All right, this guy's almost asleep, so he turns around and he's like, "Get that thing out of here," and then collapses completely asleep. That's his whole turn. All right, red. And then you just threw a grenade, so they're gonna fire at you.
Mm-hmm. I love having a grenade launcher.
There you come. That is 5. They're gonna put it all towards. They're gonna put it all towards damage. So that
Who's
is...
this Tamya Tasra that
God damn it!
wrong roll? Wrong stat
Right.
block.
How many dice do they have? They have 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just gonna close this sheet. Alright, so that is 2. Alright, that's a total of 4 damage instead.
Okay. So, well, Dog's gonna use his free dodge.
Take 1.
And then we're gonna roll his armor, which the armor did nothing, so he takes one damage to his 1 to the stamina. Alrighty.
Alright, and you take, and for the second shot, for green, they hit you for 3.
Let's roll that armor.
Yep.
Okay, so that's another 3. You actually that definitely hurts him.
And they're gonna use their movement to back up to here, and I'm gonna back up from the back. Oh no, this guy's gonna run over and just kind of be there. All right.
Ran away.
Dr. Rindis.
Who says it's getting away? I'm going to shoot this one because he's holding the front, so it's going to throw the other two
Okay.
I said blink.
All right, and he's got to do his.
Oh yeah, still well within range.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, he gets it, and he starts to go down now too.
Does it make it exponentially harder for them to carry?
Yes, actually, you notice he goes down, and then the other three have to start picking up the slack. They start moving slower.
Yay!
Fire.
One. Two. Yes, I'm moving. 4. 5. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move again because I cannot reach them. Actually, can I throw the CCU shock staff?
I. Sure, make a melee at -1 using using CCU's stats, which I guess would be operate.
Okay.
Who are you throwing it at?
Just operate.
Greeny
Okay.
here. -1. And you know what? It's too heavy to be carried without the CCU. This is actually great.
Because if it lands on them, they're just gonna be stuck under it.
So that's 3.
Yeah, it sure is.
Just imagine being hit by an electric telephone pole.
Okay, and I need to... Okay, would the shock effect still be able to
Yes.
hit? Okay, so I need to roll 5d6s to see how much recharge I have left.
I feel like we just need to get the
And
CCU.
4
just-
charges left.
I feel like we just need to get you a bunch of CCU-sized shot puts. Just what's that? Yeet rock.
Yep. So you yeet this just electrically charged staff at them. The CCU is currently disarmed with that instead, as it's disengaged, and it hits this guy, and he goes down. You can see him twitching from the electricity.
I am going to suggest that you guys don't run.
Dog.
And conveniently, he can still drop without moving, so he just gets to aim. He's gonna take. Well, actually, no, he doesn't get to aim because he needs to. He needs to load the second shock grenade that he got into the grenade launcher. And fire. And so he's gonna be shooting for about here. Button. Here. There. So that's another 6 to those guys who are still up. not gonna kill them, probably.
Is it lethal?
Non-lethal.
Okay. All right. 2 of them go down, and now they are going significantly slower.
So let's see. There's one who's all there was one who was already down. Now there's 2 more who are down. Good luck moving that damn thing.
Yeah, that's getting hard.
The remaining survivor's dog looks at you. May want to surrender.
Yeah, this guy's still asleep, so let me see what's going on with him. Yeah, he's still asleep. All right, red. Their guys are.
Oh yeah, and any who weren't knocked down by the who weren't downed by the non-lethal need to roll that endurance to keep their main action.
All right. Okay.
I am impressed that some of them are in fact still up. Yep. He fucked.
All right. So. Yep. Nope. On their turn, they move 1. Oh, except these guys. And this guy. That's about as far as they can go right now.
Yeah.
And one of them is stunned, and the other is going to.
Oh, why, hello there.
Yay, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I think they're new.
In that case, I'm going to drop a link to the Change Star Twitter.
Oh, I've been rolling these guys' weapons wrong.
Oh dear.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this guy, the one guy who can actually shoot, is going to kneel down and take an aim action.
I didn't go for cover.
That's
The
right,
thing
you're
is
not
that
shooting
the
grenades.
scariest one is still Dog, because he's the one who's been dropping grenades on them. Bad news for them, he's out of non-lethal grenades.
Uh-oh.
Listen, you gave them several.
Right.
Yeah. The
3
actual reason that
damage. Roll your armor.
3 damage, roll armor. Okay. Oh, and we're back to the top of it's new. It's a new turn has passed, so he once again has his dodge. Yep, I love that, Talon. And then we'll just roll the armor.
You
Okay,
take
so
1
that's
damage.
another point to the endurance. Of course, the main reason Dog was not in fact using the frag grenade was because he didn't want to breach the containment unit.
Yeah.
Because if you're willing to move something like this off planet, he doesn't personally feel that you have yeah. Oh no, the good thing is that we are about to have the main guy who we're going to be interrogating to find out that buyer.
Torture.
On that note, Dr. Rendis, what you doing?
There's still one hostile with one guy.
There are 2 currently moving right now.
I more meant the one that is shooting.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Fire on.
Okay.
We keep giving you warnings. Why won't you stop? Blink. Ah. Okay. I can push the spell, right?
You can.
I won't push that. Rewind. Blink. Okay. It's fine.
Okay. Hey, I finally got an armor off.
You got one before, it just was for something that did 6 damage.
Well, that's that guy. Anything else? Okay, Fire, you're up.
Okay.
Is Fire gonna pick up the electric telephone pole again?
Yep.
I love
Good.
this piece of equipment. It's just
Hey,
like its description is so wonderful. I adore
I-
this thing.
Don't get up after this. Picks it up. Is yep, a side action.
That's not attached anymore. So I would say this would be at a -2.
It's a -2 to pick it up? Or -2 to yeet?
To the attack.
Okay.
Okay. And gonna be at that guy.
Whichever one's still up.
Wait, which one?
Which
The one
one?
that's
Which
still
ones
moving
are?
this thing.
Hold on. Which ones are still up? That's a really good.
Hang on. Sorry, what was that? From
Because
Fire.
this one's still moving? Or is it this one's still moving?
This one? No, that one's twitching on the ground.
Okay.
that
This
one.
one's also twitching on the ground. This one way back here is still moving. This guy was lost their action.
Wait, there's a
this
guy way back here?
Yeah. You can't
I
see
don't
him?
see a token there, no.
Oh, no token here.
You see him now.
No.
Don't.
Is he
I
on
see
the wrong
4
layer?
guys there.
1, 2,
There's-
3, 4 who were carrying the thing.
Yep, I'll just take a screenshot real quick because that's gonna be easier than
That's
just
easier.
describing it.
Oh, it's on the right layer.
Copy that. And into thing. Because Yep.
Yeah, that's not what I'm seeing.
okay, I'm gonna refresh then.
Yeah, I'll refresh too.
I've seen the same thing.
Oh dear.
But you said there is one person right here then, right? I think I need to move up one to be able to hit them. Unfortunately, I have one more thing of movement. Oh, need to reopen character sheet. And roll with -2. And that is a 2 to hit.
Right.
And we're going to see how much shock I have left. Okay, I have one more shock.
Ooh. Well, even without shock, it's still a telephone pole.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. So that guy is stunned now. Douglas.
All right. So any of them who aren't. So which ones are neither stunned nor downed?
Right now, on their next turn, This one, this one, this one.
Okay. Well. That one, and that one. And, well, Dog's just gonna rock and roll. Let me reopen his sheet. I realized I forgot to do that. And I forgot to convert. No, his gun's range is in meters. So yeah, basically this entire board's in range. So he's gonna aim, getting his bonus 3. And it's... Yep. Let's roll it. Okay. So he doesn't get to push that, but still...
That is a shrapnel, correct?
This was actually him just firing on full auto.
Oh, okay. Against which one?
Well, so... He's putting the primary shot into I believe it would be this one, and then he's going to distribute the damage twists around because he can do that with full auto to kind of split them up as evenly as he can among the other standing members. It's like,
all right, give me your targets and which numbers you want to put in on them.
okay. Okay, so that one being standing and having been shooting, main damage, that would be 4 with AP 5. Armor penetrating 5. So his armor is irrelevant because he only has 4 points of armor. Then, so he'd take 4 damage. Then I think that
your
the
other
twist...
4 damage?
Huh?
And your other 4 damage?
And the other 4 damage, the 2 red guys moving the container are still up, right?
This one is stunned. This one is not.
Okay. So this one is gonna get the benefit of the other 4.
Okay. His blood goes spraying.
Yeah. They had a lot of chances to surrender.
He really did.
It's like... We even dropped non-lethal ordnance on them at first.
Oh, those guys were just trying to escape.
Told them not to run away.
Shot him in the back.
They were trying to escape with a weapon of mass destruction.
All right. This guy still asleep. Let's see if he wakes up at the end of his turn.
Hey!
He yawns and starts to blink open.
He finally wakes up.
He's still very groggy. He doesn't get a turn.
Okay.
All right, red.
Oh, one of them who's still up and alive.
Yeah. The one you had shot with the primary damage, he staggers a little bit. Then he turns and starts to run. He's going to grab the side of this and start pulling it. So that move.
Man,
1.
does not understand that that dead men can't spend money.
Yeah, about that.
I mean, they may not be able to spend money, but they can vote in Chicago. Not anymore, but it was a problem for a while.
I'm not happy how Shay said about that. I'm worried now.
Why do I have a feeling that these guys are all infected by the thing and it's controlling their minds?
Alright. So, Reen, who is no longer stunned, is going to make a fire right in front of them.
I'll step on you. Fire says that to them. I will step on you.
Let's see.
I mean, either way it's interpreted. Either way you interpret it, it's still promising. Uh-oh.
Okay. They sling the rifle. They pull out a very specialized looking serrated blade, and they grab onto one of the CCU's arms, and they try jabbing it at the glass.
Oh, did that fucker pull out a suit slitter? He's a dead man.
And he can't hit for shit.
I was trying to CC you. Nope, stop. I didn't want to hurt you, so I stunned you. Stop.
All right. Everybody make your last turns. This is going to be the end of combat.
Okay. Dr. LaRuccio.
She is asleep.
Ooh, what?
She's hiding.
Okay. So, yeah, any of them who... If you're still trying to haul the weapon of mass destruction toward your shuttle instead of just running like a sensible person, Doc's just going to sight in and fire.
All right.
And that's just all going into the guy still moving the WMD.
Oh, hey. Yeah, he's dead.
And
I will strongly recommend you surrender before any of you touch the damn containment unit again.
Give me an
Fires.
intimidation.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's... Intimidation. What exactly am I rolling for intimidation? Communicate, or...
It would be... Yeah, it would be communicate.
Okay. Any bonuses to the fact that that we've just effectively neutralized their entire group in like 30 seconds?
You can get a +1 bonus, sure.
Okay. It's still not exactly Dog's strong suit, but oh! He does, although he does suffer a shock to anything irrelevant tests to the communicate. Because level 1 shock. Alright, so that's 3.
Yeah. Okay. So combat is effectively over. This guy is gonna turn tail and start to run. Fire to try stopping him.
Yeah, if I can clamp onto his arms, I'll do so.
Make an attack.
So that's just going to be a straight operate then.
Do you want to push?
Yeah.
And you manage to squeeze just enough to stop him and not crush his bones.
Lift him up, hold him upside down until he goes unconscious. You know the drill.
And then die. This guy, he loses his shock and he starts to get up and stagger away onto the ship.
Oh no!
You
None
try to
of you are
shoot him.
going- None of you are going anywhere.
All right, what you
You're
doing?
under arrest for trafficking in weapons of mass destruction.
He's not going to stand around and get arrested. Are you going to kill him or not?
You can
In this case, it's more of a shoot him through the leg kind of deal.
Called shot.
Called shot. What the called shot rules? Hold on, Index. You're a thing in this version. Are you? No shit. Playing the game combat.
I can just say you can do it at like a -2.
-2 works. So he's doing his aim. It's still a ridiculous number of dice, but and gonna push that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
You
Called
shoot
shot.
him. You shoot him through the leg, and he goes down. Excuse me. The guy right here, he just takes out a cigarette, lights it up. He doesn't try running. The shuttle, however, begins to shift and move and starts to take off without its prize.
Alright. Crap. Is it off the ground yet, or could we possibly close and try to board? Have they warmed their engines up and everything?
Well, the engines were running.
The engines were already running.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you can. I'll say, give me a maneuver if you want to try to
Yeah.
jump onto it.
Give them a we'll do it. Yeah. Why is my mouse suddenly having a little trouble? Oh, there we go. Come on. Okay.
Yeah. You run up, you grab onto the edge as it's starting to pull away. You pull yourself in. Inside the shuttle, it's very obvious that it is a formerly Trinity vessel.
Yep.
But just as the hatch is closing, the figure at the pilot seat glances backwards, and you see them reaching for something under the seat as they're trying to fly away.
There's the rifle, just level them. You know what I can do. I wouldn't. Set her down and you might live.
Give me another intimidate. This one's just gonna be straight.
Yep.
Okay.
Resolve on the pirate or something?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because I feel like that's a good way of handling that shock.
They're gonna. Okay. So they see you on board. This is what they do. You've got the gun leveled at them. You see their grip on a pistol under the seat, and they let it go. They put both hands on the wheel. And then they just push the levers forward, and you feel the shuttle start to go into a full-on nosedive.
Oh shit.
And he's going to brace himself. Grab with. Because at this elevation, it will crash if you nosedive it.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, he's gonna grab onto something. Maneuver, right? Or endurance? It's the same dice either way.
I'm gonna say, it doesn't matter then.
Yeah, we'll roll the endurance. I feel like I really need to push this one. Okay. Hog will survive the shuttle crash.
How much health and stamina do you have total?
Health and stamina total? So I have 1 stamina left and 4 health total.
You have how much?
1 stamina left, so that's 6 stamina total, and 4 health, that are none of which are taken up. Yeah, because remember, Dog got shot at a lot.
Okay. So let's do 10 minus 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. You take 2 damage.
Okay.
You're able to brace yourself enough. You get bumped and bruised as this thing goes down. It wasn't moving at very high speeds, and it's skimming a bunch of treetops. So the impact is cushioned. But it's still rough. Things get knocked around. The person on board was buckled in. They do take some damage as well. But in the disorientation, actually, we'll come back to that.
Okay.
We'll come back. I think this is a great cliffhanger.
Excellent. We're
we
probably
see-
gonna...
Yeah, we see this vessel crash into the treetops as 1, 2, 3, 4 of the pirates up top are still living in various stages of consciousness.
Yep. Alright.
Guess who's the only one who gets to watch over all of them?
Oh no. Because Dog is now pretty far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's going anywhere after this. They're all going to be either arrested or, if they try anything, just shot.
Oh, we'll see how this goes.
Right.
next time.
Yeah. God.
Thank you, everybody. I hope this was exciting. I know folks are kind of low energy and tired. It's been a long week.
Yeah. Yep. Alrighty. Oh, you've trailed off.
Oh, still here.
Okay.
But yeah, we're just gonna call it here. We can go over experience next time. Someone will remind me next time. I'll put in a little note. There, I did it. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. This has been a Change Stars play. Records of Miqto. Good night. Love you all.
Good night.
Good night. And I gotta go, like, right now, so